Oh my God. I did it again. Hi, everybody. Happy birthday, Red Dragon. Uh, we'll have to give you a reading for your birthday. I was talking and talking and talking, just having a good old time here. Nobody was saying anything. And then I forgot to hit the go live. So I've been talking for, I don't know, let's see, 3 minutes straight. Anyways, I had to get something hot to drink because my throat was starting to get all raspy. And I haven't even been talking yet. I have no um mods. You guys can hear me, right? I hope. Okay, good. Good, good. I was like, oh no, not again. So it's Red Dragon's birthday. Happy birthday. Let's do a couple cards for you. Hey, I don't think I'm gonna have Hummingbird in today. I think that she's too sick and she probably doesn't feel like being in here. So I might have to give some of you modding duties. Only thing I need really is to put in um my link to the PayPal, and of course now, what is it called that I have? Cash App. I have all the other ones. It just has my real name, and I don't want a lot of people knowing that. You know what I mean? So so yeah, see, it's already starting. Here they come. My nose is starting to run, and I'm starting to get tongue-tied. Um, okay, hold on. Does anybody know Peter? I had somebody come to me last night, actually, and I had been setting up to do this. I got a desk so I could be more, comfortable and things not falling off on my bed. I'll show you my little setup here. Hold on a second. So I got a little desk. Oh. And I've got two screens. Of course, it's hard to do this because I'm like upside down. And um, so anyways, I had been doing cleaning and stuff, and we had been working really hard on the house. And yes, Peter, you know a Peter? Okay, cool. Um, so I had my Ghost app open because it opens itself now all the time. It without me turning it on. It just like, oh, I need to talk to you. Let's see what it says right now. Hold on a second. It's just open now, always. Let's see where to go. I don't want to. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we said. Oh no, it was still the same 5 words. So anyways, they had said, um, yesterday. I have to read it to you. I had finished finally. I'm like, I'm ready to go, you know? And then it's like, my husband had just put together the chair for me in here. And the Ghost app opened and it said complete tomorrow. And it said chair, comfortable, which, and everything's clean now. And then Peter came in and said church, in case managed, I don't how it works. When you think of spirits, they're just, energy devoid of the body that they have to float around in. And they can use, that's why they turn off lights and all those kinds of things that they do, right? They can mess with your phones. They can leave messages. What else can they do? They can, and water, they're around things that create energy. Okay. So anything that creates energy is going to be helpful for them. And when you have these cell phones and stuff now, the ones that have passed away more recently, especially who know what cell phones are, they can go right in there and use the words from the apps that are in there, as long as it's built well. There's really only one that I use, and that's the Ghost Radar one. I've been using it for years and years since it first came out, and it works really well. I did also get K2. The problem with it is we have a lot of things that are setting off electromagnetic energy. So I was hoping that we could use it in the shot so I could see if they were able to come up and touch whatever. But I don't think that's going to happen because I'm like, every time it's like this far away from my phone, like, just right there or anything like these, I wonder if it'll stop if I turn those off. Anyways, it stays right there. And then my grandfather came through last night and told me anything up here in these two colors here is dangerous, that you don't want spirits taking it up to these two colors. So he says it's us who are connected, him and the spirits and myself and you guys, and that we don't need this. But what I was thinking of doing is, when this pandemic has calmed down and stuff, is going on some little, we have a very haunted town. Okay. Our town is got all kinds of haunted stuff around here, and all the ghost people have been here, ghost adventures and such. We have a lot of ghost tours and stuff around here. And, so I thought, because my daughter's really into this, I thought that we would, maybe go and we could go live in some places, and you can go on walks with us through some of the areas to see if we pick up anything. So that'll work for that. I don't think it's going to work here because like it won't even, and then, yeah, it won't even change. It's just staying like that. So nope to that. All right. Red Dragon, do you want to come up here? And I can do a reading, or I can do cards for you, and you can just stay right there. It's up to you. What do you want to do for your birthday? Starting to get hot in here. Okay. Do you want me to do cards for you? Okay. So we've got your first card is the Messenger, which is we've talked about. I like seem to everybody seems to get Messenger recently. It seems like it's of course, like people attract like people, so that might be why. Um, so with the Messenger, we'll just go over that one again. Um, it's it, if you see a hawk, it's probably trying to give you a message from what we would call Great Spirit, right? Um, so one of the things right now for this card is that there's something going to be happening. There's a message for you. Something's going to be happening. Um, maybe that you'll be suddenly able to overcome whatever stressful situation you're in. It's like all of a sudden you see a hawk and you're like, and then right after that, you are suddenly stuff that was stressing you out, you're suddenly able to just brush off and move on from. So that's what I feel like this one is saying. There's another thing too about the hawk is if you hear them cry, and we hear them all the time here. If you hear their screech, um, it's a message to be careful, look around, pay attention to your surroundings. Okay. Um, it also lends to intuitive abilities too. Okay. So, does that make sense to you right now? Oh, I'm not even in live chat. Of course I'm not. So my husband put up another screen for me, and I keep losing my cursor. It's I keep forgetting. Well, it'll probably make more sense when we do the other ones. Um, it's I really feel like Hawk is just part of sort of part of me giving you a message in this reading this time. So that's might be more why it somewhat makes sense. Um, it may be um, that the hawk is me giving you some message that you're about to receive. So with you, the squirrel, we know that, well, it says it right there, gathering. I don't know if you can see that, but so what the thing is with the squirrels, always prepared, right? They're all year long until before winter, they're gathering, constantly running around, like constantly getting things ready for winter, you know. And oh, do you? Yeah, we have a lot of hawks here too. Um and we have them, they like to this is kind of disturbing, but I have a video of one who caught a bird from our tree and then took him over onto our fence and continued to eat it right there, right in front of us. I was like, oh, that's lovely. Hi, Merrick. Anyways, so with the squirrel, it's kind of like the same thing in life. Squirreling away, putting things away, that, but you're gonna need that. Okay, so the need for everything that you're doing is going to be really important. So does that make sense to you? Yeah, we're out here in the, in the high desert, so way up here in the mountains, and so there's squirrels. We don't have a lot of squirrels here, actually. Yeah, so there's a lot of hawks. um so anyway, so this is what this card is telling you, that you're wise for preparing, because you have the ant, which is interesting because squirrel and ant together is either it could be telling you that you need to be patient, or it could be telling you that your patience is going to pay off and you're gathering. So that's what I feel like. The gathering that you're doing, the preparing, the squirreling away, the things that you're doing right now for the future is going to pay off with your patience. Because, let me take my glasses off. I can't see far away with them. Because when you do this and you don't have patience, the squirreling away and the gathering just becomes worrisome, right? So having the patience with it tells me that you're not so much worried. You have patience for whatever might happen, and you're just going to continue to do this, and you will be prepared. Okay? And that's the biggest thing that tells me right there. Also, you're very community minded, which we know because you're in this community a lot, and you're very well known in our community. And group minded also. You see how the ants come together and do all that. It's what they do. Oh, there you are. Hold on a second. You see, girl. Hold on. There we go. I don't know why you weren't in there like that already. So we have so you have that as a thing where you're, I don't know if this is absolute, I'm not sure if this was you, because I forget real easy, but it's like I can even see that your phone is, and or whatever it is you use, is completely compiled with information on anybody. You know what I mean? That you're ready, anybody you're ready to, just so, well, I think we know what we're talking about here. But you probably have all the information anybody needs, the screenshots, the whatever, over the other things that we do that we're not going to bring here. But you know what I mean, right? Yeah. So let's see, what else can I get from this? I also feel like you're just patiently waiting. You've got all this in a lot of parts of your life. It doesn't even have to be uh, in the area of YouTube, right? But you're patiently waiting. You have all this stuff you've gathered, and you're patiently waiting for the shit to hit the fan. So you will be prepared. All right. I hope that makes sense. I think it makes sense without being too overly what's the word I'm looking for? I think it makes sense for not being too overly obvious and not bringing too much from other places into this area because we're keeping that separate. All right. So Peter. Can you guys give me 1 second? I have to check on something real quick. Okay. All right, I'm back. So we have who is it? John Marie, were you the one talking about Peter? You know somebody? I'm assuming that they've passed. He was talking about the church. Now what I do with my glasses so I can read the chat. I took them off. Oh shoot, they're over there. Hold on. I really need to get real glasses. I have these. They're really cute. They block the blue light and you can also see far with them, right? But it's not it's not like real glasses. So they're readers, but they've got 3 different magnifications on them, which is really nice for most of things for me, but not everything. Okay, so you do, you know? Oh, you know Peter too? Well, this Peter is talking about church. Let me see if I can get him to come forward again real quick. Give me a minute. Okay. Like he's like right up next to me, so he's just not saying much. He's showing me something. He's like leaning forward to show me something in his hand, but I can't see what it is. So let me close my eyes. I want to say it's a necklace. Because it's like kind of falling through his fingers, but it's connected. So it, you know how a necklace looks when the, you know what I mean, right? Like when you do a drawing of it, like if somebody does a drawing and they're holding a necklace and it kind of, they show it looped between the fingers. Um, he didn't happen to do draw. It's a, yeah, yes, it is. It's not like a silver necklace. It's like a cord necklace. It's no, it's not a rosary. Um, it's like it's not it's like that's exactly it. It's like a cord necklace, like maybe even leather or something. Or what is that? Satin rope, whatever it's called. I think it's brown. Um, okay, all right. So it probably is for you, Miss Jules. Um, so let's connect back with him real quick. Hold on a second. Uh, did he like when he laughed? Did he like hit his knee and then like rock back and like laugh really hard and real out loud? Because that's what he did. Ah, and he's hitting his knee and it's really a roar of a laugh. Who was it? A knee slapper type laugher? Because that's what he's doing now. Was he very thin also? Yeah. Yeah. He's very thin. I don't know if it's white or blonde hair. He's not really showing me too much about his hair. Usually, yeah, extremely thin, very thin. Usually they show me their hair first. Oh yeah, yeah. He was always very on the go. It seemed like he had always like, you couldn't get him to sit around too long, right? Oh, hold on a second. I gotta tell my son something. Never mind, that was my daughter. Um, yeah, he wouldn't sit still. He's yeah, that's what he's telling me. And like he still doesn't sit still. He's still not sitting still. Like he's like instead of sitting like they usually sit on the end, mousy. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Uh he's sitting on the end of the bed. Usually that's where they sit. And I have a little spot that I always keep clear at the end of my bed, but he's like standing right up on me. He's sitting down, he's standing up, he's sitting down, kind of thing like that. So um there's something about church. He had said church last night. He was telling me he's coming and that I have to stream. He's I think pretty sure he was the one that told me, look, now everything's clean and you got your chair. It's comfy. So you have to stream now. I'm pretty sure that was him. But he said something about church. Like if I'm not sure if he meant, hold on a second, because it's on here. Uh Lunch. What? Okay, so we have something about develop. Oops, where'd he go? Oh, one word spoken, growth. Something about developing growth. He had grown. He said something about going to church more. He increased church, managed. See, this is the only thing when they like to talk to me through the app. I think the ones that talk to me through the app just can't wait for me to like. You're brought up to going to church. Okay, I feel like he had a lot more growth he had to do in that area, and that he has now, if that makes sense. Maybe the growth and the maturity that you didn't think you saw. He's telling me that he is that way now. That his whole point is to get across that you don't have to worry about his soul, I guess, because your soul still learns and it grows. You know what's really weird is that everything is showing up instead of the chat being slow on YouTube, it's being slow on StreamYards instead. It's really I don't understand how this works, but I'm gonna have to figure this out. I have to do more lives. I need to do just lives, just chit-chatting and talking about stuff. We'll start reading the Black Elk stories. Black Elk speaks. Okay, good. It makes a lot of sense. So he has grown. He's done a lot of growth. That there's no worries. He is definitely in a good place, and he is a lot more mature now than he was when he was alive. Okay? All right. Let's see if we can bring somebody else forward. Yeah, I need to do more lives. I think I'm going to start. We have this, and Native Americans have this book. It's like our Bible. It is called Black Elk Speaks. Mine was handed down to me from my uncle who passed away. You're welcome, sweetheart. And when he left, he knew he was going to pass away in 2012 in December, and that's exactly what happened. He's also the one that taught me the Lakota prayer that I do in Lakota. It's it goes aho mitakiase washite yellow tukashila washite yellow wankantanka washite mitaki ase washite. What that means in English is I come in a good way, which is a Lakota phrase for a proper, it's like saying hello, how are you? As opposed to hey, get the hey, which would be hey, what's up? Right? So you'll see a lot of times people will put aho in the in here. If I have people who are Native American, you'll see aho. We do that a lot. That's how we know that each other knows who we are, that we are actually Native. It's Lakota. We don't all speak the same language, right? We all speak different languages. So we all speak different dialects, but the one thing we all speak is that. And because of Black Elk and his visions, and he has become literally, his book has become, and his teachings have become like a Bible, our version of a Bible. So so we don't all spell it the same. We don't all say it exactly the same. You know what I mean? Unless you speak Lakota, or somebody who's Lakota who teaches it to you, but it's passed down, that prayer. We're not Lakota, we're Yokit and Shumash. So what was I gonna say? Oh, okay, we got people coming in. Hold on. Hold on. Jenny. Jen or Jenny. Jen. Jen? Does anybody know who that is? I think that's the name. It just popped out of my mouth, so um when it just comes out of my mouth, I'm not too certain. Anybody who might know who it might even be spelled Gen. It might be spelled with a G instead of a J, because I keep seeing a G, or I might have gotten the name wrong completely. But I see a woman, sort of. I only see like her torso and maybe a little bit of her hair. Like, she's not showing me everything, and it may be because of how she died. Hold on. Does anybody know who that is at all? Or she just hitched a ride in? She may be somebody who hitched a ride in too. So if nobody knows who that is, yeah, I think I'm gonna do streams about that and read some stories and some interesting stuff, just to get used to being live more often. Make this a channel that's more about everything spiritual, not just readings. So I don't see anybody who's claiming Jenny or Jen. Jem, maybe? Jimmy. I don't know if it's Jen, Jim. I don't know. I like the, not like a male Jim, not like a Jim, but a Jem or a Gem. She might have just decided. Let me see if she's talking on here. Growth top joint. I don't know what that means. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we don't know who this is for. All right, let's see. I'm sorry. I maybe they're not here, and you can talk to me after. Oh, hold on. Okay. She doesn't want to leave. Wait. She's like, I know, I know, and I don't personally, but maybe she means whoever is in the chat. Maybe it's just not picking up on in their mind. I know, remember. So this is what she's saying right now. She used to wear feathers. Oh, there goes a huge hawk flying right through my yard. She used to wear feathers in her hair. Like okay, those barrettes that look like the old roach clips. Um, and they had like feathers hanging down from a string or a rope, or not a rope, a piece of a string of leather or something like that, and they would hang in the hair. Her hair is between a dark brown and a, maybe not a dark brown, maybe more of like a, she won't show me the rest of her. She's only showing me up to like her chin area and her torso. She won't show me anything else, which is a little disturbing. It makes me wonder if something happened to her terrible and she passed away from like an accident or something else that we don't. So we're gonna have to, let me help her to let other ones through because she's not letting anybody else through. Who wants a 3-card read? Let's move away from this for a minute and see if we can do a 3-card reading, and we'll just do that. See if she will let other people come through. Keep losing my damn cursor. Oh, it won't come over. Oh, there it is. Oops. Okay. Okay, sweetheart. Do you have the link still? All right, Dawn Marie, let me move this out of the way. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, Jules. Rebirth. That's a good card. Bats used to scare me until I learned about that. We have I don't know if I've said this story before, but we have this bat, especially in the summertime, that literally lives. Oh, I haven't had a grouse before. Sacred spiral. That's they dance. They go like this. They do the sacred spiral dance, which is they go around in circles like this when they're doing their thing. Oh, coyote trickster. Yeah, okay, let's see. We have the rebirth. Bat. Let me tell you the story about Bat. Bat, when started hanging around our house all the time. Well, when we lived in the East Coast, they were everywhere all the time, right? But they weren't. They never came up close. Like they stayed away. And then when things started getting real intense for me, and I knew I couldn't ignore my gifts anymore, was about 2012. My chat is behind too. It's weird. I don't understand what's going on. Like it's and it's real slow in the StreamYards too. I don't know why. I have no idea why it does these things. So this bat, when I started going through, and I started seeing all kinds of stuff because I allowed it to happen, and it was really crazy. And this bat would come in because I would sit in the backyard all the time. This is when I smoked. So I would sit in the backyard all the time and be back there, and right at, just as the sun went down, this bat would be flying around, would come right in, right up to me, and I would freak out. But he would just spin around, and then he would hang out on our lamppost, like right on our light, right at the front door. He would hang there. And that freaked me out and I didn't know what to do. But then I started going back to my cards, right? And I don't think I had ever pulled that for anybody, right? So I wasn't dealing with that before. And so it just wasn't a thing that I paid attention to. So basically, when you see bat, it's about rebirth, but more like a spiritual rebirth. Okay. So it's about um, ancient ways of breaking down yourself, quote unquote. And then you become, well, first of all, you break down yourself and everything, all your emotions are being poked at to break you down, literally breaks you down. You've got your, all these different emotions that are just going haywire, right? And then you come out the other side a totally different person and more open spiritually. Yeah, I don't know why my chat's so far behind too. I have no idea. Did it stop for anybody? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. No, it's not going to work. The last thing I saw. Okay. Don Marie, tell me if that makes sense to you so I can see if the chat is responding at all. Still says on my end, still says my chat is behind the stream. That's all my chat says. Oh, yes. Okay. It does make sense to you. There it is. So the interesting thing is that you've got this rebirth that you're going through right now. A lot of things that you once believed are going to change. And that's where the sacred spiral, it feels like you're going round and round and round and round. And that's actually, if you ever watch a Native American dance and you see the ones that look like birds and they're spinning around, that's how they get into the that dance is specifically to open them up spiritually. Okay. So in a spiritual sense, when they're going around like this, and they're going in circles this way, but they're also going in circles around the with each other, that becomes the sacred spiral dance that the grouse does. Okay. And with that, it puts you almost into a trance like meditative state. Okay. This is something where your feeling of being this one type of person and maybe not so into different types, or just maybe just like a little closed off like we all start off as, is going to change. The whole point of this card is to open you up so that we can all live as one people, like all human beings, rather than where we're from or who we like or whatever. It doesn't matter, because we're all brothers and sisters. We're all human beings. Okay. But you got to be careful for this trickster here. Does that make sense to you so far? Yeah, the chat's slow also on my StreamYards. Oh, here's my uncle who passed away. My Uncle Donnie. He did not want me to take this picture. Oh, he's the one who taught me. He's right here with me all the time. He taught me a lot of things. So you just started meditating. Good. Yeah, so what that is doing is it's opening things up. You might start becoming really emotional. You might feel like suddenly everything you thought might feel negative to you because you're opening yourself up. This happened to me too. All of the things that you thought and how you were and it's like thrown in your face. And when it's thrown in your face, you have a really hard time coming to terms with it. But that's the whole point. The whole point is to make you look at yourself and realize that what you were and how you acted and what your thoughts were before are no longer serving your higher purpose. So they need to be, you either need to change it or fall behind. So that's hi. So that's what that card is all about. Well, these two cards. Now the coyote, I'm not sure. I'm going to go into my book here and see if the coyote. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Coyote is sacred. In the folly of his acts, we see our own foolishness. Okay? So, he also the coyote has many magical powers, but a lot of them sometimes don't work in his favor. So this rebirth that you're going to be going through the sacred spiral and all of the emotions and things that's going to bring up is also is going to be, I don't want to say that you're foolish because that's not true. Oh, let me just show you something that I have here. I'm talking about pink Himalayan salt. This is my piece I've had for years. This is not something that I use. And then I also have, this is another thing. Where did it go? Shoot. Anyways, I have Hawaiian black salt too. And I use regular salts. But yeah, salts are just as important as crystals. They're just as important. They are a mineral. So, it's not that you are foolish, but you're going to feel like the way you saw other people and the way you thought of things that you didn't understand as being foolish. This is all has to do with your inner spiritual growth that's happening right now. Okay. So with that, here's something from the book, which I think is interesting. Contained within trickster medicine is the humor of the ages, the cosmic joke. It's not just on ourselves, but everyone else. If they are following coyote or have strong coyote medicine, someone like this may be able to convince others that a skunk smells like roses. But in fact, but the fact remains that it's still a skunk. That's funny. Anyways, so just be aware. Okay. Yeah, you can wash them with water. You can set them out in the sunlight, charge them in the full moon. Rinsing them with water, and the one thing about rinsing them with water though is you need to just know that the the water is cleansing. You have to see the water going down, taking the anything attachments or anything down the drain. You can also take to cleanse yourself. You can use water and like a little tub and salt and make it real salty like the ocean and just stick your feet in it and let it sit there. And that draws out a lot of stuff from your aura, a lot of negativity. The Japanese people do this every day. Japanese will sit with their sea waters. If they live by the sea, they'll just get seawater. And they will sit with a tub and stick their feet in there and do homework or something and just let it sit. So yeah, charging them, the best thing to do when you're going to charge something, though, is always set your intentions before. So setting your intentions is, what is it that you want from this? Do you want the moon to charge your crystals and stuff? Then you set the intention. My intention of doing this is for the moon to charge my crystals. My intention of using the water is for the water to wash away all of the old energy. So yeah, I think I have time for one more. So okay, sweetheart, do you have any questions, Dawn Marie? What kind of reading did you want? I do quick reads and a 3-card spread, or I can do a yes and no with the pendulums, and you can choose from which one. Yeah, you should listen to Singing Bowl. Not only does Singing Bowl work for yourself, but it also cleanses the energy around you and in your home. It removes a lot of it's a high vibration frequency. It helps to raise your vibration. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. Caroline, did you want to have, oh, maybe a 3-card spread? Okay. If you, I don't know if have I had you in here before? Anyways, just think about what you would want to hear. This is just going to be a basic, hold on. It's already telling me what you need to hear anyway, so sorry. Otter, woman medicine. Rabbit, oh, don't be fearful. And porcupine is innocence. Okie dokie. So the one thing about otter medicine is it's the feminine, the woman energy. Okay. It is a connection to the feminine energy, and that is a connection to the energy that we have happening now. Okay. So we are not dealing with the masculine energy. You know, we have all these things happening for women right now with the Me Too movement and all these things that have coming up, and women taking a stand in a lot of ways. That was predicted. So, oh, I guess Laura's gonna go live. So anyways, the thing about feminine, I think that's one issue that we have in this society. In Native American tribes, okay, if the women first, they're very matriarchal. They go to the elder females and the women because they have given birth and they know They'll know if they feel the intuition to send your their children or you into battle. They would always consult the women. Okay. Also, when a woman husband were to die, the other women would offer up their husbands, so that she doesn't dry up, I guess. Her energy, her feminine energy can stay strong. So this gets rid of that feeling of fear of being replaced. Okay, does that make any sense yet to you? Because but we also have the fear of being replaced, but we have rabbit, which is fear too. So we got to talk about rabbit. Oh, it's not alive. Okay, sweetheart. I've been so busy. I haven't even been in, I haven't even, this is like the first time I've been on YouTube since I for a while, since my last live. Been so busy. Um if you ever watch a rabbit, as soon as it hears or thinks there might be trouble, it's out of here. It is gone. Okay. So the problem with that is that it misses out on a lot of connections. So the whole idea that running every single time you hear something, this is taken into our lives, would be sometimes you're missing out. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad. The one thing that the rabbit is always afraid of is pretty much, like I said, pretty much everything. But what it also teaches you is what it also teaches you is that instead of being in fear and running away, how how do I put this? This one's all of a sudden became very hard for me because I'm trying to put it in with this. Okay, so you have the fear of being replaced, but the fear with rabbit is just running away. Okay. Oh, I got it. It's hitting me now. So just running away. Instead of running away, you need to communicate that fear. Like the story with rabbit goes, something like, eagle. He would just run if it was, eagle was. He thought eagle was around. Okay, just run, just take off, and miss out on everything, right? But now then he became, instead of just fear, he became fear caller. Fear caller means that rabbit started to yell out, eagle, are you here? And if eagle didn't respond, you didn't have to worry. Okay, because that was their little, they made an agreement that if he calls out and he doesn't answer, then he has every right to just not be fearful. What that has to do is with communication. Do you have something to fear over with the feminine side? Is there something that, instead of just running from whatever it is that's making you run every time you get fearful of something, instead of running, you need to communicate, is this happening? And trust your answer, because rabbit had to trust the fact that eagle was there, that eagle was not there. I'm sorry. because he had to trust that Eagle would tell him if he was there. So, and then we've got innocence, which is your porcupine, which is kind of funny because porcupine is all prickly and, you know, it's weird that porcupine goes along with innocence, but it does. So there you go. This also has to do with trusting in Great Spirit, or trusting in whoever. See, Great Spirit would be a God or whoever, creator. Trusting in the fact that you're on the road you're supposed to be on, and that whatever the fear that is costing you to run away, if you turn that into communicating, and then your feminine energy will help you to trust in Great Spirit, okay, or trust in your spiritual connection, whether it's a spiritual connection to somebody else or your own intuitions. That is what you need to trust in, instead of being afraid that you're going to be wrong. Trust in the fact that you have strong feminine energy and intuition. Okay? Does that make sense? Caroline, are you there? I don't know if you replied, because of my chat on both of my things is like really slow. Anyway, so that's, if you have any questions, let me know. And I guess it's going to be my last one, because my throat's starting to close up, which means that I'm done talking. That's how they tell me. You're done. You're done. It all makes sense so much. Oh, good. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. No problem. Well, there's the end of that. So maybe what I'll start doing is I'll start coming on here, in the middle of the week or something like that, and start doing some just readings from Black Elk, or some. I have a lot of books about, just Native American stories and myths in general, that they're not really myths. They're prophecies, and they come true. But of course, in the Western world, we have to call them myths. So, okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Red Dragon. And I'll see you on the next time. Bye.